Hello. Okay. Hi. It's Andy. I'm back. So I just want to try out my new to me Martin. Long story short, I had to come back here to Boston because my mom passed away, and doing some gigs to try and pay some bills. And I needed an electric acoustic, and I found this crazy guitar. It's a Martin 2014 Performing Artist model, and it just plays like so nicely. The strings are so low, it's ridiculous. So I just wanted to play it and talk about guitars and maybe some theory and stuff, and we'll see. Okay, I got a cool riff here. I don't know if you can hear the backing track, but this is all one take, so here we go. See what happens. So you know what riff that is? If you don't, it's Cyndi Lauper from Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Okay, so when I'm testing out guitars or warming up, okay, we're in the key of A major scale. 5th fret, low E string, that's A, right? Because when you play A chord, that's A. So in a major scale, A major, we have A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Then it repeats, B, C sharp, D, E. Go up to the Dorian position, what I call the Dorian position, which is going to be right here on the 7th fret, because that's B. So we're on the B string. This is right here. You know when you tune your guitar, that's E. If you go up 2 more frets, that's F sharp. So now we left off on a major scale right there. Now you have a few choices. So this is when you're doing the I guess they call them the 3 notes per string pattern. I just called it the stretch pattern back in the day when I learned. We didn't have the internet. So this is like a major scale, right? We left off on F sharp. Okay, when you get to this F sharp, right, on the B string, 7th fret, you transition up 2 ways. If you use your pinky, right there, that's G sharp, that's the major 7 of the scale. You can either stretch it back to the 5th fret to your A, or when you get to this F sharp, right there, we're finishing right here. This is E, your pinky's now on E. You switch to your first finger. This gives us F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D. Now I'm in what I call my position, right? The way I look at these positions, I call this B Dorian, because it's the 2nd chord of A major, right? So that's B Dorian. And you can play it 2 different ways. But if you're transitioning from A major to B Dorian, you slide it up, and then 1 more slide up to the 12th fret, that's E with your pinky, and I call this the loop. This is the loop I use for all my solos and stuff, because you have everything you need right here. And then you can transition to this A right now. I'll get into this later in another video. That's your next A major right there inside of E Mixolydian. But let's go back just to our basic A major. So, stretch A major scale, 3 notes per string. Once you get to the G string, now you have 2 choices. First finger, transition into that. That's B Dorian. Slide up to the 12th fret. Now you have your next A major chord right here. Right? Because that's A, C sharp, E, A, C sharp, E. And that you can do your little arpeggios. Right? And then you can loop it. There's one little looping. I'll go into this more in another video, like slowly. But all this is just playing around with this A major scale. So what's the relative minor of A major? It's F sharp minor. So you think that in your head. Inside of this major scale, remember we left off on that F sharp here on the 7th fret? That's an F sharp minor chord right there. So you have an F sharp minor arpeggio inside of this right here. Right? Because this is A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp. Your pinky on F sharp, right? If we play this major scale up, 5th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret, that's A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp. Same pattern, E and A strings are the same. Your pinky right here is all ready for an F sharp minor arpeggio, right? Because your pinky's already on F sharp right here. F sharp, A, C sharp. That's an F sharp minor chord. F sharp, A, C sharp. Then do this F sharp right here. then when you do the little like sweep arpeggios, I guess as they call them, sweeps, it's right there inside of A major. So this little progression in the background is like an A major, like gallop, F sharp minor. So we can outline that. A major, right here, F sharp minor. So you have those two arpeggios right there. Right, and then you go up to that, that's how you connect the arpeggios, and then you go up to the last one. That's our F sharp minor arpeggio. Root, flat 3-5. That's our F sharp. That's our A. That's our C sharp. So everything, you have these two arpeggios. So what did I do there? If you don't like sweeps, you can play a string skip arpeggio. Middle finger, it's all inside this major scale. Your middle finger's right here on A. Middle finger, A, C sharp, E. That's your arpeggio. Now, instead of going up to this A, you just jump, you skip the B string, you just jump up to this A right here. And then up to your third. Now what I did is I added, the second note of the scale is a 9 or a 2. If you have like a major 7 chord, the second note's going to become a 9. 2 and 9 are the same thing. So, root, 3, 5, root, 3. And then you jump up to the E where you're talking about on the 12th fret, and that gives you your 5. But in between that, if you were to play what I played, that phrase is root, 3, 11. That's the 4 of the scale. 11's the same thing. And I put that in between the 3 and the 5. So that's root, 3, 4, 5, root, 2, 3. And that gives you a cool little string skip arpeggio. Now you can add the 9 here as well. It's your first finger is on A, middle finger. Then you add your pinky. This 9, this note is the same as this note. These are both B's, right? So there you go. That's just a major arpeggio string skip. Then over the F sharp minor. You just focus on this F sharp, then back to the A. So I really like A major. This guitar plays so nice. I can bend up. Oh, I love this guitar. Wow, it's so easy to play for an acoustic too. I mean, so when you're playing like I know I'm kind of all over the place with this, but just having fun. So when you have an acoustic, you have to approach it a little bit different. Like at least for me, when I'm playing electric as opposed to acoustic. You know, you can still do like your tap and stuff. But I mean, it still works, but when I'm acoustic, when I'm on an acoustic, I feel like I want to do more like of these like little chord inversions. Even on like the major scale here, this is A. Like that, you know, so you're just walking up the scale. This is A major, and this is inside of F sharp minor. I'll break these all down into individual little like lessons, like little, what do you call it, more like in depth of each thing I'm talking about. But this is just, I guess, an overview of me just kind of like jamming, having fun on this Martin and testing it out. This is the first time I've done any soloing on this and recorded anything. So, what I was doing here when we were talking about this earlier, this is F sharp minor right here, 2nd fret. That's the same thing as A major. So learn your relative minors to your major scales because everything connects together. So when I'm soloing, I mean, we all learn the pentatonic minor. At least that's what the first scale I learned was pentatonic minor, then the natural minor, harmonic minor, jazz minor. You start with your pentatonic. Wherever your pinky is, that's your relative major, right? So if you're playing F sharp minor pentatonic, your pinky right here is A major. That's your relative major. You just go up and do that scale we did earlier. And you connect them. Whatever your relative minor is right here, if we're doing F sharp minor pentatonic on the G string, right? This note right here, that's your relative major. So if you ever need to find your relative major or you're learning the fretboard, these notes, this is A, this is A, this is A, right? When you play an A chord, this is your A right here. So if you're playing an A, whatever note you play on the G string, your relative minor is always on the same row on the low E string. So F sharp minor and A are the same key. Now, A is a major chord. Inside of each major scale, we have different chord qualities. The 1's always a major, the 2's minor, the 3's minor, 4's major, 5 is a dominant 7, 4's a major 7, that's a Lydian, 5 mixolydian, that's a dominant 7, 6 is a relative minor, 7's a half diminished or minor 7 flat 5. But we're just going to do the root and the third together, right? Because this is A, C sharp. So I have the root on the top. So it's kind of like we're doing an inversion, first inversion, right? Because we have 3, 5 root. But I'm skipping the 5, I'm just doing the third and the root on the top. So that's A major inside of F sharp minor. Then our next chord is going to be B minor, right? We're talking about B Dorian. So I just slid up A major, B minor, C sharp minor. Right? Now I have, so this is the major shape. So whatever you have, you want to do that little like inversion. It sounds very country and very like. And now we're going to go up, right? So that's A major, B, C sharp minor, D major, E major, right? So we're all the way up to our 5, and now we have F sharp minor, G sharp minor, 7 flat 5 back to A. So when also you probably know from like if you play blues and stuff, you probably know these. Same concept. This is A, B, C. A major, this shape is a major chord. This is a minor. This is a minor. And I'll show you what I'm doing there. These are three notes, A, B, C sharp, A major, right? So the root's on the top. Third is on the bottom, root 3. So that's A major. That's B minor, C sharp minor. So that's what the shape looks like. And I'm sorry I don't have all this fancy recording equipment and my sheet music and stuff. So I'm just, trying to show it. Hopefully this is useful. And if you're enjoying this, I have a CD link below. Check out the CD. Okay, so. And then I'm doing the same thing there. So I'm just playing F sharp minor, scale into A major. So this is all just like fun little things you can do inside of A major. So, because when I'm soloing, I'm always looking at the minor, pentatonic minor, relative minor, natural minor to major, and then our loop is Phrygian because our A string major chord with your pinky lands you inside a C sharp Phrygian. So if you were to play an F sharp minor chord, right? If you're on the 9th fret of the A string, this is F sharp, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. This is an F sharp minor chord, right? Just a basic bar chord. If you played a B minor chord here in first position and slid it up here to the 9th fret, that's an F sharp minor. If you get your pinky and you put it here, that's now an A major. So that's why, when you talk about relative minors and majors, look how similar they are. So inside of this F sharp minor and this A major, you have a scale. This position I call the Phrygian position because my first finger's on the 3rd note of the scale, the 3rd mode, which is Phrygian. So if you learn your minor scale on the A string, that is inside of Phrygian. So whenever you have a minor chord on the A string and it's the key you're in, you can just do this minor scale. And you can do all your little like sweep arpeggio stuff. And you can do an F sharp minor arpeggio. And I like this because you can do your bends like that little double stop. And that's, or if you're playing blues, you change it to the you do your little, it's a major to minor. And that's all comes from your B string root. So this is a B string root, what I call B string root major chord, because this is A. This is A. Inside, so the same concept. If this is a minor chord, that's your relative major. On the B string, if you were to play a D chord shape here, I guess they call this the cage system. Some people call it the cage system. So this D shape, if you slide it up here on the B string, all the way up to the 10th fret, this is your A note on the B string. That same shape gives you an A major chord. That's inside of Phrygian. So if you're in the key of A and you can do this shape and you're in that key, you can play this scale, the minor scale and the major scale, all in this position. Every note you need is right here. You do a little chromatics. You can get a nice little major 7 by going down one step from the root. So that's nice. Which then transitions to your A string major chord, right? And that is inside, this is the 5th is on the bottom, so this is E mixolydian. So another major scale, and this is, you know, this little cool arpeggio right here. And I always use my middle finger for this. You know, when you play bar chords, you use your ring finger probably, but when you do this arpeggio, root 3, 5, root 3, 5, you stretch up. Now your F sharp minor is right here, and this is your E mixolydian, but you can walk it back right down to your major scale. And I'll get into all this like in another video in detail, but this is just like a quick overview of like different stuff for A major. So that's, you can do a major 7. And I love the key of A major. Why? Because it fits my vocal range really well. I can sing in this key comfortably. So I really like playing songs in A major. And that's another A major 7 inside of what I call the Locrian shape. Because that's actually a G sharp minor 7 flat 5, which is the same thing as a minor arpeggio except here flat 5. But, and I'll get into that in another video. This is just like a quick little overview of like A major, F sharp minor, me just messing around on my new Martin here. So I figure if you're nice enough to watch my video, I figure I might as well pass on some info that may be useful, hopefully. Oh, this is like butter. I should probably adjust the truss rod a tiny bit. I got a tiny bit of buzz because the strings are so low, but I don't care. It's so easy to play. This is nuts. But if you like this, I'll be happy to do some more videos if people actually like watch this. So yeah, so there you go. So A major arpeggio, A major arpeggio, A major arpeggio, and we are connecting 3 scales. So your next A major inside of Phrygian, your next A major inside of mixolydian, which is an E dominant 7. But it's just scales, all scales in modes connected together. So if you're in the key of A, just play an A chord here, play an A chord here, play an A chord here, and then you connect your scales. And I'll get into this more if people are interested. I know there's like a 10 million like lesson videos on YouTube, and you know, with professional cameras and microphones and stuff. This is just me and my phone and like my old Fender G-Deck amp here I have in the States. Just to do some looping stuff, because you know you gotta build, you gotta train every day and keep your, you know, your chops up. And I just like to solo over progressions in all different keys, just to, because you're on stage and you know you get that like your brain locks up or whatever. If you have like nervous or whatever, then you know you always fall back to your muscle training, which is all, you know, everything here. So you just put on a key, a backing track. You can find one on YouTube. Make your own. I make my own. And you just, you know, have fun. All inside, that's all inside of A major. Now, if you play a major scale with your middle finger, like we were talking about a major scale with the first finger and stretching it, if you start with your middle finger, this is the traditional major scale shape that we learned. Middle finger here is on A, right? So this is A, B with your pinky. This is 5-7. You're gonna go up to C sharp on the 4th fret of the A string. That's right. So that's 5-7, 4-5-7. A, B, C sharp, D, E. Now we're gonna go up again to the 4th fret of the D string. That's F sharp. That's your relative minor, right? So if you play a 6 chord, the relative minor is a 6, so root of 6. That's a 6 chord, right? So F sharp minor, G sharp, back to your A. So if you just first we learn the pattern. If you go down 1/2 step, that's G sharp. So this is G sharp Locrian. The pattern is first finger, middle finger, pinky. First finger, middle finger, pinky. These are the same. They're twins, right? 3, 4. I'm sorry. 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7. Frets, not degrees, scale degrees. 4th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. Excuse me. That was the 4th fret, not the 3rd. 4th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. 4th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. Then we go to the first finger, here. Ring finger, pinky. So these, the D string and the G string are the same. So I'll show you the whole pattern. Up to there. So these E and A are the same. 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7. Then 4, 6, 7, 4, 6, 7. It's easier to say the notes. I always get weird with fret numbers. I like the notes better. But, okay. So you have G sharp, A, B, which is start from the 4th fret. G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Okay, now you're back to B, B, C sharp, D. Now we're going to go to the G string. Only have 2 notes on the string. Middle finger on the 5th fret, which is E. 7th fret, pinky. 4th fret, first finger. Middle finger is on the 5th fret, pinky. So the E string, the A string, and the E strings are twins, so they're the same pattern. 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7. 4, 6, 7, 4, 6, 7. 5, 7, 4, 5, 7. So that's Locrian, which is a minor 7 flat 5 scale. And that gives you a major 7 chord. It also gives you a minor 7 flat 5 chord. Which is the same thing as there. But if you don't start from the 7th degree, you start from the middle finger, that's a major scale. So there you go. That's a little major 7 chord inside a Locrian. So that's a major scale right there. Then you can transition it up into this major scale. So yeah, so you know, just like fun stuff you can do with this. F sharp minor 7, which has the phrase inside of it. And that's inside of Locrian. The other phrase I was doing, that's inside of this 12th position. That's an A chord right there. That's inside of E mixolydian. There you go. So, you know, just having fun, messing around with the Martin. Do that way. And that's, I just added chromatics because this is the root 2, 3, 4, 11, 5. In between that, you add the 11th. You don't want to stay on that because it sounds terrible, but it's just a passing tone. So just add some extra notes and tension. Then F sharp minor. So you just sweep it up there. A major. A major. F sharp minor. F sharp minor. Minor 7. Minor 7. If you land on the E, that's the minor 7. So there you go. I know it's a lot of stuff, just talking guitar and messing around. But yeah, I'll post some more stuff a little more slowly and in depth if people are interested. So there you go. There's like 24 minutes of me just messing around. Thank you for watching. And I guess I'll just mess around some more. A major 7. That's a minor I started from the relative minor, F sharp minor, and I just slid up into the major 7, which is the same thing as studying, but that's like a really easy way to do a major 7 arpeggio. Like that. So I should probably talk about the guitar, right? So this has the analog system in it, and I looked online in the forums and stuff, and they're like, oh, the system's terrible, the Aurora system is better. This sounds fine. I like it. I think it's okay. I don't know. I thought it was cool. I thought it sounded pretty good. I don't know. Works for me. Sounds okay. I like it. You know. I hope you like it. So there you go. Oh, I just got a notification. I don't know. Something on my phone. I'm gonna pay attention to you, not the phone. So there you go. All right. Thank you for watching. I'll do more of this, but yeah, this is Cyndi Lauper. Girls just want to have fun. And that's inside the 12th fret. That's your A chord. And then, all right, I should probably stop playing and talking. This thing's like an hour long. 26 minutes long. Same thing, you know. I'm not good at math. All right, bye. Thanks. I'll make more videos if you like them. Bye. Thank you.